Well, you may recall that Harry and Meghan, the favourite friends of this show, have spent years trashing the royals as a bunch of cruel, privileged racists trapped in a terrible prison of an institution. So imagine our surprise when a spokesperson for the couple confirmed via People magazine that Princess Lilibet Diana had been christened. Why would they use a title for their children that represents an institution they loathe so much? Well, joining me now to discuss all this is author and historian Tessa Dunlop, royal editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers, and Michael Cole's remain with, because, of course, he was the BBC's voice of royalty for 2 decades, as he reminded us. All right, Russell Myers, I don't get this.
No.
Because I was sure that they kept telling the world how ghastly the monarchy is. It's a prison camp. All the royals want to get away from it, but they can't because they're trapped in the world of titles and privilege. And now they want to give their kids the titles of prince and princess, even though they don't live anywhere near the royal family. They don't do any duties. They do nothing to deserve it. They live in a mansion in Montecito in California and use their own royal titles to make loads of money, which may be the clue to why they want their kids to have it.
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up for a lot of people. They're seeing this hypocrisy being played out. It's like a soap opera, isn't it? That something out of an EastEnders script. And Harry and Meghan have made an awful lot of money and an awful lot of noise over the last couple of years by telling everybody how awful the monarchy is, and the monarchy that they left behind. Indeed, Harry and Meghan wanted a half-in, half-out model. The Queen said that they couldn't, and so yeah, it's very, very surprising that they should want this.
Well, you say surprising. I would say, Tessa Dunlop, rank hypocrisy yet again from these two.
Russell's so polite. First time on the show agreeing with you. You wait, he'll turn the screws in a minute. I would like to suggest that Harry and Meghan is a bit like criticising the police force. I often criticise the Met Police. My uncle was a commissioner in the Met Police. Doesn't mean that I don't believe in having a police force. You can criticise the monarchy and say, here are the fault lines, and do it clumsily.
But why would they want to inflict on their children royal titles that make them part of the royal family worldwide and expose them to the misery and pain and trauma which Harry tells us he suffers on an hourly basis, normally for large cheques, by the way?
Because isn't it very clear they've left the rigid institution?
Yes, so why do they want the titles?
Institution, and they're going and they've got monarchy light, Atlantic style. That's what they've done.
Why do they want the titles? I don't understand.
Well, you do understand. You
Tell me
need
why.
to spell it out for you. Well, a couple of reasons. One is, there's cachet.
Oh, cash,
the
you mean?
Pricelessness.
There's cash.
Yeah, in the slippery
cachet
world.
and cash.
Oh, come on, Piers.
Because we all know Harry and Meghan, as Harry and Meghan, would be making a lot less money if they weren't the Duke and Duchess of Sussex,
they are.
which goes on every statement they ever make.
I just want to share something with Michael and Russell, and this is an epiphany I had today when thinking about Piers. I do occasionally think about you off screen.
I bet you never stop.
I've come to the conclusion that although you sit there night after night professing to be a monarchist, you're not deep down.
I am.
No, because the whole point is, with the system of hereditary monarchy, you can't choose the loons and losers that get born with the right to be princess and prince. No, you can't choose them.
Michael
no,
Cole.
You can't.
Michael Cole.
It's all very odd. It's pick and mix, isn't it? We want the trappings.
Yes,
we want the
it's royal cake and eat
We
it.
don't want the duty. We don't want the hard work. This is all very, very odd because legally they became, Archie and Lilibet, became Prince and Princess. At the moment, Her Majesty the Queen died on the 8th of September and King Charles took over. Because by the lattice patent drawn by King George V in 1917, grandchildren of a reigning monarch become automatically Prince
And this
and
was what
Princess.
Meghan Markle was struggling to remember in her Oprah Wine-a-thon,
that
when she
was
claimed the only reason
disgraceful.
Archie hadn't been already made a prince was because of his skin colour. It turned out she just didn't understand.
Okay.
No, I'm asking Michael, because he knows about these things.
Of course.
About how the system actually works. There was no racism.
No, none at all, and that was actually quite shameful, what was said at that time.
Let's remember what she said. This is what she told 50 million people around the world. Watch this.
I do recall it and regret
It's worth reminding.
The idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way that other grandchildren would be. It's not their right to take it away.
It was a complete...
Appalling-
Hang on, Tessa. It was a complete lie.
Appalling ignorance. Appalling ignorance, and also used in a very, very nasty way to attack people who couldn't answer back.
Yes, and brand them a bunch of racists when they weren't.
Racism is a terrible accusation to make.